Right, hello and welcome back to the channel. On today's video we're going to look at a ZX1. I know I've already done a video on setting these up, but we're going to do another one, and we've had two radios come in from the same customer, a Midland Ready Rescue, which you may have seen a video on, and this the ZX1. So we're going to go through, just do a quick alignment and tune up of this radio today, and then send them back off to Dom to see what he thinks. Okay, channel 20, let's just see if we're going into transmit. We are, and we're doing about 2.5 watts there, so we should better bring that up a little bit. We're running the radio on 12 volts again, like the Ready Rescue. This is only supposed to be operated on 12 to 12.5 volts anyway, so don't put this in and run it whilst your engine is running. 1, 2, really low deviation. That's very quiet. We might just listen to that on the President Randy just to see how quiet that is. Yeah, we got it on the Tuneup 3000 here. 1, 2. Yeah, it's a bit quiet, that. We'll have to sort that out. We can't put a Cybernet reading on receive until we take the radio apart, but we will just see what we can hear down to. It is very good on receive out the box. That's 0.5 of a microvolt, and we've still got that there, so that's very decent. Let's just do a bit more volume, and we'll just turn the wheel down. That's 0.25 of a microvolt. We're losing it there about 0.14 of a microvolt, something like that. So yeah, very good on receive. Right, I made some notes last time. I'm just going to do my usual print off a picture of the innards, and then we'll go through the lineup. Shouldn't take too long to sort this out. And I say the receive is so good, it's debatable whether we'll get any better than that, but we will go through it nonetheless. Okay, we've got the deviation under that little hole, the RX meter, which is also the modulation meter as well when you talk. The adjustment is the same for that. TX power 1, TX power 2, your FM detector on receive, one of your IFs for your RX for your receive. You've got your low power adjustment on transmit, your squelch, another IF RX adjuster can, and then these three are all receive as well. And that's it. That's all you've got. Now, frequency adjust is, I don't think you can adjust the frequency on this, but there is a VCO can underneath this plate which you have to remove if you want to get to that. We've got the lid off. We've got in 0.42 of a microvolt for 12 decibel Cybernet, okay, which is pretty decent. And we'll just check the frequency before we start our adjustments. There you go, it's doing 27,79162. That's within spec. Like I say, I don't think it's adjustable anyway, but that's well within spec. Alright, so first thing to try and get a bit more of is transmit power. That's doing, I think we could even pick that up on the 2.5 watt scale if we switch over. Yeah, you see. So it's 2.5 watts on the nose, isn't it? Yeah, so 3 watts is your maximum there. That's more than enough, I think, for these little sets. You won't get much more than 3 watts out of a ZX1. You're lucky if you do anyway. FM deviation, which is very low on this radio, so we'll try and bring that up a bit. We've got the, there we go, we've got the tone generator there. Deviation all sorted. Somebody had turned that right the way down. That's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, that's probably a reason why this radio probably didn't get used that much. So what we've done now, yeah, we're on to the receive side really. Yeah, we've got 3 watts, so let's look at, well, the receive was already pretty good, wasn't it, but let's look and see what we can do. So quite a big improvement there on the FM detector, and let's go through the receive side now then. So with that one little adjustment, we're now doing 0.35 microvolts for 12 decibel Cybernet, so that's a big improvement. I don't think we're going to get much more out of that, but we will whiz through it. We are 0.33 of a microvolt for 12 decibel Cybernet. That's decent. It was decent anyway. We've just done the RX meter for just over 100 microvolts there for full scale deflection, and I've wound the signal back to see that that scales back in proportion, and it does. So the next thing is squelch, and the squelch adjustment is that trimmer just there. Okay, so there we go on the top end. Comes in at 93. Rolls off at 87. Let's see what it's like on the low end. So at threshold it's coming in at 1. It's dropping out at just under 1. With not a huge amount of hysteresis, but you know, it's a mobile set. So that squelch is adjusted fine for me. None of the controls need any kind of cleaning. They all seem to be okay. We don't want to clean them unnecessarily. You can see that this one might need a bit of a clean. I will run a bit of cleaner in that now. And last but not least, I hadn't forgotten, is the transmit low power adjustment, which we'll adjust with that one to get our low power set right. And there we go, spot on 0.4. There's a bit of a squelch tail on this, a bit annoying. I find that a little bit annoying. President Randy's got one as well. I think you can probably turn it off, I'm not sure, but you know, it's a small grievance. I think this one can go back together. That is it. That is the full setup. Very tidy example. No sign of any components failing in there. Now you can squeeze a little bit more out of these with a bit of coil stretch, and I'm not going to do that. 3 watts is perfectly okay. Right, there we go. A super radio. Really good little set, these. And if you've seen my video on these, if you haven't already seen it, go and check the back catalogue. You'll see a video where me and Mick do a range test for this. But I will nonetheless, for this customer, particularly as the deviation was so low on this one, we'll do a test with Mick just to see and make sure that it's all good, and we'll stick it on the end of the video. Right, Mick's out there.
Yeah, I'm recording now, Paul. It's all yours, mate.
Okay, we can't get the whole radio in here, but we're going to try. Okay, Mick, thanks a lot. Yep, we've got the Cybernet ZX1.
ZX1 here. I wonder how this is sounding to you. These are one of my favourite of these sort of ready rescue type radios. You've probably seen the video that we did about a year ago now, actually. But this one's come through from Dom. Had a few little issues, but just on setup really, which hopefully have ironed out. I wonder how it's sounding at your end there, Rod.
Yeah, okay, Paul. It's nice and loud. A little bit bassier than
the other radio we just tried a minute ago, but fully understandable. It's very good indeed. Copied everything, read everything, so and a nice little bit of a bass to the tone as well, but no problems at all, mate.
Yeah, Rog, that was to be expected. Like I say, these are
normally very good performers. These ZX1s, and I think they're one of the nicer, well, probably the nicest looking of all the AM and all the FM of these rescue sets. There's a couple of realistic ones that were quite nice in the States, but of the FM ones here in the UK, I think the ZX1 for me is definitely the smartest looking and certainly one of the better performing radios. I also like the fact it's got the modulation meter, so when you actually talk, you actually get some idea of your deviation. I won't say modulation, but your deviation when you're actually talking. So, yeah, you give it a thumbs up then at your end. You think it sounds all right, Rod?
Oh, yeah, it's perfect, really. So,
yeah, it's perfect, really. So, as they always are from you, you do a really good job when you're working on these and don't let anything go amiss. So, yeah, well done, mate. Very good audio.
okay, Rog, that's absolutely great. And yeah, if you have been, thank you ever so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers for your help there, Mick. Thanks again.